I never change the blueprint because we know it's really working. Move it. Keep on moving along. Keep it moving, keep it rolling. We ain't slowing it down. Never slowing down, never move it. Keep on moving along. Keep it moving, keep it rolling. We ain't slowing it down. Don't play in today, amusement. If we trying, we ain't dying. Never sleep, never sleep, never. The moment that you rest your head, they think they can compete. If you gotta skip steps, then the plan is not complete. Get your reps in, get your reps in, get your. Never rest on a past success. You gotta love what you do if you trying to be the best. Move it, keep on moving along. Keep it moving, keep it rolling. Yeah, yeah. Never slowing down, never move it. Keep on moving along. Keep it moving, keep it rolling. Keep it rolling, keep it moving. We ain't never gonna lose.
Okay, that was an exciting song. Hi, folks. Let me know how the sound is. Can you hear me? I'm checking my other iPad just to make sure. No, you gotta get down. Get down. Get down. Ugh. Okay, so yes, I am live. And when the camera isn't on, it sounds pretty good. Hi, Layla. Hi. So, yeah. So this tit for tat, you know, with Sierra, this started in March. And she started it by going to her mods, which were my mods, and talking about me behind my back. So, if you ask me, she's the snitch. Now, let's see something here. Now, let's see something here. All right, that's good. Hello, all. Let's see. What does it say? The other name on here is. Wait, what happened? No, I'm here. Can you hear me? Just wanted to make sure things were okay on this one. So it's 11:40 at night, Washington State time, and I've been getting my ducks in a row. No, I'm not telling drama. I'm not telling drama. There's only one other person in chat, I believe, besides you. AL somebody. This isn't drama. Okay? This is like something that's been going on where, I mean, I didn't even like, yes, we can hear you perfectly fine. Thank you, Layla. I didn't even like do a live or talk about it or anything for 3 weeks. Clear back in like April. And then boom, she did like 7 lives on me. Why won't she talk to me? What did I do? This and that and the other thing. Oh, that's so sweet, Layla. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That'll go, you know, towards my threshold that I need every month. Thank you. And so, you know, there's misconceptions and wrong perceptions and slanderous and write out lies being said about me and my past. And in regards to Dolly Vision, in regards to Mr. and Mrs. Mab, Mab Investigates. So yeah, so of course I took notes. Thank you, Layla. I took notes because I don't want to miss anything. And even though things are pretty ad lib, and I talk about my feelings and what I know the truth to be, my truth, my reality, not anyone else's, it can kind of be all over the place. But I have some things to pull up. She's likes to play back my lives, which she's done on many an occasion. And usually that's how she talks about me and puts me down and calls it jokes, but yet she admitted at the end of this live that, oh, I didn't mean to turn this into a dragging thing of me and PJ. So she admits that she drags and things like this. So my channel is calm. My channel has never been about clout and clicks and views and all that. Yes, Layla, yes. And her name is Sierra Queen Pin Clark. Sierra is spelled with a C. Oh, wow, Layla. Wow. Yeah, it's the internet can be pretty damaging to people, but I have a real, I really do. I have a thick skin now. Like, even everything she didn't bother me that much. Even the thumbnail with all the wrinkles on the face and, of course, the neck. I don't even have wrinkles like that. That picture right there is me. And by the way, before she even did a live suggesting that I should or I'm afraid to put a real picture up, I changed it on my own, you know, and she was like, here, screenshot this, your thank you, you know, you're welcome, bitch, or whatever she said. This is how she talks. Not just to me. So, yeah, this I put up here 2 days ago. And she did this live, I guess, on me yesterday. So I was tired of the, you know, picture of obviously a model. I tried to find someone with a Bixie when my hair was shorter. And the bangs are not Asian. Okay, if you were with it, with the times, and not just buying wigs, Sierra, and throwing things on your head, you would know those are micro bangs that I had on. I didn't have some Asian haircut. And just because it was black with bangs, I didn't look at all Asian. That's called a bob. That's called a bob. You can have longer bangs like I do now. I grew them out. Thank God, because I have people out there like you picking on my picture, calling me an Asian Dora the Explorer. You know, and telling me, like, why do I look like that? Are you kidding? I have a V-neck sweater on and jeans because it was still kind of cold here in Washington, and you're all the way over in Virginia. So let's get started. Yeah, thank you for the advice, Layla. Thank you, hon. Well, I did. I ignored her for 3 weeks, and then she came back with all these videos, and of course, AI grok videos of me. I did some counting of videos. I mean, I have my ducks in a row, and I have some proof of things I can show, and we'll count together. So first of all, she starts out her video um, with a Suno song that she wrote, or no, that Suno wrote, but I guess you type in your ideas. I've never done that kind of thing, and I don't want to. And I certainly wouldn't blast someone else's character um, in order to make one, like she did to me or is trying. First of all, Megan isn't even spelled right. It is not Meeghan. It never has been spelled that way. And because it's spelled that way, the singer is going, Megan, Megan. Are you kidding me? Well, thank you, Layla. You're so sweet. So, this like supposed hardcore rock and roll song by some lady. Oh, are you? Wow, I hope it's a lot cooler in the UK these days. Okay, so it's like daytime or morning or something for you. Because I have some friends from the UK that come in here. Maria G, Martin, and who else is from the UK? And Maggie, but I haven't seen her in a while. So that was really kind of weird. And I mean, it was so off the chain with all these kinds of things. And of course, you know, she had to throw, you know, a boyfriend we're both pursuing or pursued and all this. Okay, I've never pursued Dolly Vision. He looked me up on Messenger. And secondly, yes, I was with him 3 times in Virginia. But you know what? Sierra was with him 3 times. So for her to go around and say, oh, I've been with him more than you, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, mine was 1 visit. The point is, this is the point. She does want to compare. And she is obsessed majorly with Jimmy from Dolly Vision, who is has his own channel. And I'll prove it. I think sometimes, and I reminisce, and if something comes up, oh, not much, not much. I'm just talking about a creator, Layla, that the Sierra Queen Pen Clark and I have in common. She thinks that I was pining for him or expecting to see him again, or something would become of our visit in Virginia 3 years ago. No, no. What I was sort of hoping for back then, because she wonders why, when I live all the way in Washington and he's in Virginia, how I could ever see him again. Well, his sister lives in Vegas, and she and I used to talk all the time. And, you know, I've discussed things with her, and she's discussed things with him, and there was no date set up, but it was always on the back burner to visit again, for me to see him again. And so you know, I don't have to be in Virginia. I don't have to be in the same state like she is. That was my thought back then. And also, after I got back, he said to me, I was back just a few days, like 4 days, and he said to me in Messenger, when can you come back? He did say that. And I kind of, you know, chuckled and, you know, and said, LOL, I'd love to come back, but I don't have the money. I don't know when. So she wants to talk about, you know, pussy and how not everybody likes hers, but most do, or something. It's just so nympho. Okay. Now, she brings up Team Rose again. No, he was never my boyfriend. I was on panel with him for 3 months as co-host. And she, even knowing he had a very serious girlfriend, kept getting with him. But I'm the bad person, right? Yeah. She brings up Rose and in one breath says, oh, I don't care, who she's friends with. She can be friends with Rose. But she prefaced it with, Rose, I think you should tiptoe back from your friendship with Tina, because I used to be called Paper Cut Tina. Okay, well, a nympho is someone that constantly talks about sex, constantly alludes to it, constantly, you know what I mean? Like everything. It's nymphomaniac is like almost a mania over it. And I got so sick of her shit, I called her that, among other things. Um, so yeah, she is jealous that Rose and I are friends. She, playing my video, she didn't even want to know if that poem was from Rose to me or me to Rose, and she skipped right over it. Well, I'm here to say that was the one for my 61st birthday, 3 years ago, that Rose wrote to me. If you ever want to listen to it, Sierra. The reason I listen to your live, Sierra, anymore at all, is I'm very curious when you'll really, really stop bringing me up and obsessing and bringing me up. PCT this, PCT that, PCT this, PCT that. And I knew you wouldn't be able to because you're not able to stop talking about PJ or Dolly Vision. So no, I'm not over there like, in fact, if I can, if I'm able, I always put the captions on and I turn your voice. Hi, plane traffic. I turn your voice all the way down because I don't want to hear the fake chuckling. I don't want to hear the every time you say something and there's no words for you to say or you don't know what to do, you laugh at yourself. It's constant, it's over and over and over again. And one thing I'm not is fake. Posing miss, that's verbal assault. She's probably sleeping, which she had a problem with once, but it's 3 hours earlier my time. No, she has a YouTube channel at CIERRAQUEEN PIN PIN Clark CLARK, and we used to be friends for 2 years. Hi, AK-47. Hi there. I thought I was done with this tit for tat with Sierra, but no, she had to make 2 kind of nasty TikToks about me, and guess what? I ignored it. I did not go do a live. As she likes to say, the dog will bite if, what is it? A dog will holler if it gets bitten. I don't know. I can't remember the exact Southern slang thing she said, but no, I didn't, did I? But when you're making a mockery of someone's possible wedding, and it's the people you've dragged now for 3 years, and I have proof, enough is enough. but then she had to mention my name. I don't care what part of a wedding in your sickness of putting other people there and getting involved, if they ever get married. Why did you have to bring me up again? I mean, you do these AI things. I think so too, because in one breath she says, "Oh, I don't want to be monetized," but now she's really pushing the, "Well, I'm going to do this for the $3.99 and my Cash App and my PayPal," and she was never like that. And I got a really big super chat, first time ever. I will have had a channel for 3 years at the end of this month, and I was blown away. A lady, Peggy, gave it to me. Yeah. So, and YouTube takes 30%, because Peggy looked it up, and I get 70%. And I got it. My threshold is covered now. Well, I don't know if it has start. Yeah, it starts over. It has to be 100 every month. That's right. I thought I was covered. With ad revenue and everything, you have to make 100 in the US. It's different in different countries. So anyway, I didn't make any response, any videos, no nothing over her putting me on a blue bike, I guess, and saying, "Oh, I want to be invited," or something like that, and her acting like she's all buddies with PJ right now. And then there was another one. I can't even remember it. Yeah, well, these people, this Dolly Vision and his girlfriend, have literally verbally on their live, without directly saying her name, but even she knew they were talking about her, a good few months ago, were threatening to go to the court against her for stalking. For stalking, not even just harassment, because there's a difference. Yeah, I mean, again, we used to be really good friends, and we talked almost every day on Messenger, and I knew not to even tell her. For in back, I didn't lose you guys with the stupid. Are you still here, Layla? The stupid time thing came up saying, "Oh my gosh, thank you, Layla. Wow, that's so sweet of you. That's a great little, what the heck is that thing called? Emoji? Moving emoji? Thank you, Layla. Wow." So, I'm doing this tonight, and I'm doing it now because I want to get this off my chest so I can sleep. The other thing is, she has her vices. She has her alcohol. She has her joints. She has those things. I quit drinking in 2011, and I quit smoking peyote. Steal someone's, well, she's trying to technically steal yours. I have heard that expression, stealing. You don't want to steal someone's thunder. Yeah. Suppose her, she's doing the internet, and maybe she'll see the post. Well, usually I put at Sierra Queen Pen Clark, but she'll hear about it. Now, will she watch the whole thing? No. She lets the mods kind of do her work, her dirty work, I think. To like, "Oh, I don't care what she says, but if she gets to whatever, then let me know." Whereas I'm kind enough and listen to the whole darn live. And again, out of the blue, after 3 weeks, she's making, and we weren't even tit for tatting anymore. Like July was pretty calm with her and I, but did she have to go ahead and make grok videos and stupid AIs of me, and they didn't even look like me. And then she justifies it by saying, oh, I just say an age or give a name and then it comes up with that. I didn't mean for her to look like that wrinkly, that old, blah, blah, blah. Well, then, if you don't like it or you know it might hurt someone's feelings, which it doesn't with me because I know what I look like, why do you have to post it? Like, that's just an excuse to get away with defaming people. And actually, AI, Lionel, he's called Lord Dandelion. He has a channel. He's from Africa. He's about 55. And he looked it up. AI, in a negative way, can be bullying. Like it can. And that's literally, he Googled it. So, or maybe not AI, the words grok, the grok videos that people make. So yeah, well, she sits and puffs away and smoke them if you got them, and ooh, I'm out of pot at the end of the month. It's the end of the month. Oh, but I'm not a grifter, but I'm almost out. I need this. I need cigarettes. I don't have a vice. I don't have a vice. So there's different cultures that live around here, of people, and I think someone's on their phone. They like to talk at night. These families around here, they're real nice people. I've lived in this apartment for 25 years. But by not turning my camera on, the sound is clear. And also it's a little late here. The other reason I'm going live, and this is important for people to hear and know, is I did not, tell me when they lose, spoke of POT since I was 7, as if it's a crime. Yeah, hi AK-47. It's not a crime, but when she can sit back, Sierra, and get stoned and feel all loose and drink her Hennessy now and then, she uses all that as an excuse of what comes out of her mouth when she slanders and defames people. And I'm not the only one. There's been plenty. You know, that she was just high. Well, that's no damn excuse, if you ask me. So, Mr. and Mrs. Mab, the reason I blurted that out the other day for the first time ever was because that is how close I was to them. I had them in Messenger. He called me when Jimmy Dolly Vision had his heart attack and said, did you hear about this? And he called me about something else. Maybe it was about my trip. I'm not really sure, but I ended up telling him that I did meet Dolly Vision. And then his wife was in the background, and I said, you guys cannot breathe a word of this. And they said they wouldn't, and they haven't. That's not throwing them under the bus by stating that I had a close enough friendship with them. I mean, for the past few months, Mab has sent me a friend request. I never blocked him. I never stopped being his friend. I'm thinking it's under like, instead of just MAB, it's MAB Investigates now. So it's a different Facebook profile thing that I'm still learning about. But I don't hang out on Facebook and even Messenger anymore. So I haven't accepted it. So if if we weren't friends and pretty close before, there were a few times I came up on their panel. He was thinking he wanted me to be co-host with him before Mrs. Mab, became co-host with him. And more when I was doing like true crime stuff back in the day. So never, but I don't have a cake. One thing, advocate that I've been on some panels. Well, that's the other thing I'm going to cover. She's saying that I'm a panel whore. No, no. I went over to Queen Bee's to say hi one time, and then I got a month, free membership thing, and I got one about a year later or something like that. But I don't have time like other people to, you know, take naps, eat, maybe take another nap, watch a soap opera. I don't have time for that. I'm mom and dad, and I don't have a car. I don't drive. I'm not complaining. I like it that way. Um, but I do it all. And my kids are grown. They're adults. But my son has his, mental issues. And I'm here to provide and help him the best I can. But he is going to be having a roommate. Hi, Maria G. Probably in a few months. Yeah, he's going to be staying with a friend. I just hope he's not too far away in case, he, I don't know, gets locked out or loses his key or about has maybe a panic attack and needs to call me. Hi, hon. It's so good to hear from you. I talked to you in Messenger, but that was a little, 3 weeks ago or something? Oh, I love you too. Sierra's at it again. So yeah, she's at it again. And she's been at it. Like for the first time in 4 months, when she made those Grok AI whatever videos of me, one on a blue bike and another one other one. I didn't even respond. I didn't do a video and go, oh, stop talking about me and leave me alone and what's wrong with you? I just ignored it. I need to leave you a message. I had some bad stuff happen. Oh my God, yes. Leave me a message in Messenger. She's still doing videos. Well, the other ones, I don't know. Really, I don't. But now she's doing this past one because I guess I hit a nerve when I said that she was making if Dolly Vision and PJ, if or when or whatever it is, get married. She's mocking it now and setting it up and saying that she will be the comedian and she doesn't have to go to the wedding, but she'll walk in at the end. Yeah, yeah. I listened to it on two. I didn't even listen to it. I put on 2 times the speed. Actually, I don't. Wait, could I get captions? Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. Usually it's if it's just made. Yeah. And then she had to throw me in there. Oh, we gotta have PCT for bridesmaid. Can you ever not talk about me? And I know she'll keep talking about me now, but like my title says, if you pull a cat's tail enough, it's gonna scratch. But I'm pretty upset. I'm bothered that she's spinning this narrative. Yeah, let's all be bridesmaids. That I'm throwing Mr. and Mrs. Mab under the bus by stating that they knew, right, that I met Dollywood and that I more than met him. You know, I mean, I didn't get into like details like that, but I pretty sure I said he came by the hotel 3 different times. Yeah, she needs the clicks and views. That's true. She does. And guess what, Maria? She actually grifted again and said, if PCT does a live, uh, everyone in my chat owes me $5. So maybe she'll have a good 15 people and make some money off of me. So the other reason I became friends with Mab and his wife, yeah, wow, the audacity, yeah. Is he was up on panel with me often. In fact, once he went up, he was always up there, just like me. Okay, it's not for clout, it's not for attention, like Sierra wants to say. It's fun. It's freaking addicting. Just like she's addicted to roasting people and getting the tea on people and talking about them and insulting people. Now, this is the other thing. We're allowed to have fun. That's right. I'm in the living room, so I don't, wake my daughter or anything. She went to bed even earlier tonight. But this past month and a half, she's had to be to work 1 hour earlier than usual. Please let me know what's going on with you in Messenger, Maria. Gosh. And I really hope Charlene's okay too. She said, why are you still talking about Jimmy? We all know you were with him, blah, blah, blah. She went over to every single cotton picking panel she could find to talk about her escapades with Jimmy. And I wrote them down. She likes to minimize it. It wasn't, PJ said the delusional thing way back when I spoke about it. What was that? Last October? When was it? Whenever the ice thing was in Minnesota. Okay? Whenever that was. Whatever month that was. It was her followers. Okay, don't get it twisted. Not everything is just black and white. It was her followers. They would come into my chat. Oh, you never met him. Yeah. And I'm like, ugh. Look at my videos. Look at my messenger. I have proof. Okay? So, good grief. Now, PJ did say when Sierra was talking about him all the time, I don't know why these women act so delusional and act like they've seen my man and this and that and the other thing, right? Well, that was when Sierra was talking about it. Okay, now she's calling me a groupie. Let's get this straight right now and here. I'm not a groupie. I never have been. But she is. Because she followed his band and she was a groupie of 2 Up, 2 Down, clear back 16 years ago. So she's projecting what she really is onto me. I know. She made me look older than what I am. Talk about jealousy. Thank you, Maria. That's what I thought. I instantly thought jealousy. It's like, it's not, my neck doesn't even have wrinkles. Like, I don't have wrinkles at all on my neck. And she tried to make me, and I don't wear all that makeup. Yeah, feel free. That's a really good idea. Send it to me in Messenger. I don't care if she sees this and hears it. And anything else you want to make, just send it to me in Messenger. I would love that. Um, so yeah. Now, when PJ did her video, right, saying PCT said that if she was invited, she would be in the trailer with him, and but in this kind of thing, and well, guess what? During that time, he and I were talking, so I actually did that and said that because I was on panel, um, to see what I was doing it for a reaction from him, you know. And that's why he said it'll probably not happen. Because he's not going to say, yeah, I would like that. Good grief. All right. Oops. Sierra is the one that has gone over and over and over about Dolly Vision and PJ. Now, this is the other thing. I said a close friend of Jimmy's. And what does she do? She snitches and blurts out his sister's name. Boom, right there and then on her live. She basically threw his sister under the bus. I didn't say her name. In fact, I never have in regards to talking about Jimmy at all. She has. She's done it before. So if you look back at Sierra's TikToks and stuff, she wants people to think that she possibly could be friends with PJ someday, or she is talking to her behind the scenes, because she made like 2 TikToks. And then she talks about being part of their wedding in a joking way, mocking it, when it should be a sacred and special time, you know? Now, the other thing, Maria, that was really weird, I don't know if Layla is still in here. Thank you, Layla, for your support and for coming in and saying hi. I hope you subscribe. TikTok Queen. Yeah, yeah. Did you see her when she was doing her live and there was this like crack banging sound? I didn't know what it was. She said it was lightning. It scared the bejeebies out of her. And I mean, she was like, oh, let me catch my breath. And she was like, oh my gosh. And is this karma? Yeah, I think it's karma. But this is my feeling. She's that scared of cracks of lightning near her. Yeah. Yeah. Well, some people, they just speak way too slow. Now, I'm going over my notes. Usually I talk quicker than this. I have been in a tornado at a very young age, where the house was moved and the water was sucked out of the pond, and cattle was killed and the silo was ripped apart and the whole 9 yards. My grandma had a window blown into her. And then when it all stopped, we had to get in a car and drive her to the hospital, and she was just bleeding all over the place. Um, so I experienced that. And I was in a typhoon in Okinawa, Japan, when I was with Joe, and he was in the Air Force. And the winds were 150 miles an hour, and that really scared me. Yes, that was driving me nuts. Talk about slurping and smacking the lips of food. This is the thing. I don't even know the last time I ate anything on live. And I'll tell you why. There really are people out there suffering that would just love a simple bowl of macaroni and cheese, or a piece of chicken, or a slice of bacon, or scrambled eggs, bacon, and toast, or a bowl of oatmeal. I'm talking about all the different foods that she talks about, and now her salad and her grapes. Yeah. And all the different parts of the salad, and the little tidbits, and she runs out of dressing. And it's like, when you're hearing it, you can nearly imagine what she's eating. And people that are starving, like that just puts salt in the wound, if you ask me. And I highly doubt, because she lives nearish her family and stuff, she's ever really been homeless. I have. I had a friend at the Y in Burlington, Vermont, when I lived there, when I moved out of my mom's place when I was 21. I had nothing. She shared her bowl of macaroni and cheese with me. Yeah, yeah, I detest it. So, I could say some mean things about food and her, but I'm not going to. I've missed meals. I don't think Sierra has. I'll just say that. So then Maria, she proceeds to insult me and say that I just stay inside all the time with my grown adult children. First of all, she knows this. Parker has severe anxiety. And I literally, to get him out of the house so it won't turn into like agoraphobia, I'm like, look, I'll pick you up a Ben and Jerry's, or I'll get you one of those Starbucks coffees, and then he'll go. But also, I need his help pulling the wagon of food home when it's heavy, you know. So she said that, and my daughter has been working now since June. So she's gone, and I'm not just sitting around. I'm busy. I'm riding my bike to appointments. I'm walking to appointments. Everything's close to me. Everything's about a mile or 2 miles from me. And the whole past 5 years before these past 2 years, I was riding my bike and going to AA. And I was bringing meals and meeting lots of people. And I was the cleaner of the hall. It's called the Home. Now I can't even remember the name of it. But it's, it's a job description. All my children are home. They can't afford to, plus they're all autistic. I know. That's just her way of taking a dig at me, And this is why I don't trust her either, because she'll take digs where it could hurt me the most. But yeah, I made sure there were creamers. I made sure there were the little stirring straws for the coffee. I stocked all this stuff and the sugar and everything and the snacks from the cupboards over to the other side. And then I put it all away and I cleaned up and I wiped up all the tables and things like that at the end. And it wasn't just that, it was vacuuming the entire hall and taking out garbage. And so it was actually one of the biggest uh, jobs, but it, it was your way of giving back, right? And helping the AA hall. And I liked it so much that I did it a year and I did it the next following year. I got voted to do it again. Yeah. Well, she says she's blocked, so I don't think she's in here right now. So, she minimizes her hurtful words about everybody. She's literally been jelly of PJ for, I don't know, 3 years now. And she tries to say that what she says isn't very hurtful. Well, I'm going to show you her thumbnails and what they say, and you decide for yourself. She's talked about her teeth, which she admitted to, but that's all she admitted to. She's talked about her hair and how she could go, get it styled and look better, blah, blah, blah. She's talked about her clothes. She's talked about the fact that she has her hair over her emblem on her shirt. And, I think she even said, I know where she works and I can get there if I want to. Lately now she's been alluding that, could PJ be lesbian? Like, I'm not even kidding. Just over saying thank you, dear, or thank you, hun, or something when she picks up her coffee on her way to work. Like, I couldn't even believe it. Then she insults me and says that she's going to live longer. Sierra's going to for sure live longer than me, and that I'm going to be. Yeah, she's admitted that she's got skin problems. She tells me I don't have a real picture up. Well, none of hers are real. Well, no, that's not true because I looked through them all. Maybe 2 or 3 out of many videos are her real picture on her thumbnail. She said I'm going to be worm food, so she's bringing up my death on her live when she's the one that has diabetes now, high blood pressure. She called me pathetic, desperation, because she said that I'm a panel whore because I've been on Morbids. Guess what, Sierra? I was invited over to Morbids to talk about the fight with Rose. And Rose was invited at the same time, but he let me go up first. Yeah. So we didn't talk about Dolly Vision. He didn't ask about Dolly Vision. In fact, I don't even know if he knows about Dolly Vision. So that's a lie right there. As far as Ernie's, I was watching Ernie and following his channel before I ever heard of Dolly Vision. Yeah. So she's trying to call me a panel whore. And you know what, Maria? She pulled up that video of me in the red dress. Well, you know what? I have something to say about that, because Heels in the Air did make a little video, and frankly, I don't mind clip channels at all. They get your name out there more, and it helps. But he said Oh, what are you wearing there? Stand up for me. And I didn't want to act like a chicken shit, like, what's the big deal? So I stood up, and then he said, turn around. So I did. Heels in the Air didn't play everything that was said, you know? So did I pull it up a little and show him what? A little bit of the front of my leg. It wasn't the side by my hip. It wasn't the back side, nothing. Like, what's the big deal? She flashes her bare breast with what looks like a turtle tattoo over her nipple to everybody. It's on her thumbnails. She's shown that and her Puma to Lord Dandy Lionel. But I'm the bad one for twerking or dancing or frankly just moving my hips in Daisy Duke shorts. I'm the bad one, right? The only person I've exposed my body parts to is Dolly Vision, and he knows it. I've never done that to Ernie Shell. Sierra has. She admitted it on her live. She flashed her tits at him or something. I guess just because he took his shirt off. Yeah. Okay. So she should quit judging me. Let's see. Oh. Then she calls me a panel whore because I went on White Boy Radio. When guess what? She has been over there plenty of times, and she made 2 videos, part 1, part 2, and she was the one that told me about it over there. But yet she's going to sling it in my face 4 months later. Oh, and then she brings up Mark Terry. That's just weird. First of all, I went over as a friend because he came over to mine first. He came over to my live. I met him on Ernie Shell's, up on panel. That's where I heard of him and met him. Then he came over to my live in the beginning when I did StreamYard, right? Would have panels now and then. And he actually came up on my panel and he sang / rapped and, his little tunes, and he was really funny and it was good times. Just like when MK Ultra came up a couple of times. See her panini. Well, oh, I haven't seen you in a while. William Savage or something. Panini, Puma, yeah. Mark Terry, his channel is intense. He has guys up there that I wouldn't even call it roasting. They will tear you down until they get a reaction. But I never gave a reaction. After 20 minutes or an hour and a half, I would just jump down. But she wants to call me a panel whore because I go over in his chat, say hello, and then he invites me up. He invites me up. And there were times when I said no. I was like, no, I'm just saying hello. I got to go to bed. Whatever it is. Or no, one time I said no. The 2 other guys are just horribly mean, but I think the third guy was Red Pill. And he was nice. He was nice. And the younger guy from the Spokane area that liked to drink, he was nice. But the one from the other part of Washington State, what is it called? it's like 45 minutes from here, and now I can't remember. So he had two guys up on his panel, regulars from Washington State. And then there was one that was in the chat all the time and would come up and was really, really horrible to me. And actually, I had had enough. After quite a few months of this, I made my decision I wasn't going back. And I haven't. Not even in chat to say hello. Mark Terry has come over to my channel and said hi. I noticed when I watched back my live, like I do, but I didn't see him in there because I wasn't on StreamYard. Well, thank you, William Savage. Thank you for saying that. So, yeah, I don't go in people's chats and go, ooh, 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 me, call my name. I want to come up on panel, you know, talk about my escapades, blah, blah, blah. And as far as Queen Bee, I literally went over just to say hello. And she invited me up, and I went up, and then I was accosted and basically attacked and blindsided by PJ, screaming at me. That makes me a panel whore, trying to talk about Dolly Vision. No, it doesn't, you guys. I didn't even bring Dolly Vision up. Okay, it's when she came up and was screaming and freaking out. And of course, Sierra has to show that live. She likes to say, and she doesn't even know the context of things. You know, and then she has to throw her words in there, that it's arrogance, being on other people's panels, and it's stretching it over the line. And that it's just crazy. It's crazy. Can you believe it? Okay, you know what's crazy? Is assuming that, and it was discussed for a long time, I saw this live, Matthew Silly AF saying that when he was talking to her on the phone around the holidays, she took it as more than that. And she absolutely didn't back down. And he kept saying, no, that's not what I was thinking, and blah, blah, blah. That's crazy. Like, she won't accept no. Oh, and then she says, it's a pattern. It's a pattern with men, that she just has to be the way she is with men. Ugh, it's just ridiculous. Yeah. Now, I was over on Truths because I defended Sierra on her live because he wasn't being nice to her, really at all. And I was in chat, and he called me up on panel. That's how I ended up there. And I wasn't up there very long at all. He asked for me to come back. Oh, maybe she'll come back up after he was insulting my body parts because I'm older. Yeah, you're talking about Sierra's out there, but you think she's a good person? I don't know. I was her friend for 2 years. When I started seeing signs, and I have videos where I copied what she said and played it, where she went to my moderators and she didn't just say, oh, I'm really kind of bothered. What should I do? She said, I'm enraged, like that. Okay, I've been asked twice by I don't know who in my chat back a good 4 months ago or whenever it was that I was talking about Dolly Vision initially, going to Virginia and things, to go on, what is he called? Buddy East Coast. Have I gone, you guys? No. Am I going to? No. I know when to stop, unlike her. Okay. And as far as her flashing her tits and then her vajayjay for Lionel Lord Dandy, he's the one that said it. And then when he said it and she was up on panel, she went, oh gosh, like she was embarrassed. But then she brought it up. But then he made her sound like, you know, it was kind of pushing for something online with him. And then she got mad, and I noticed she wasn't over on Lionel's or in his chat for a while. And then he called her a mole, and a few other things, and I haven't really seen her over there. Oh, that's okay, Maria. I know, it is funny. Hey, there's Martin. I know the sound is good, Martin, because I don't have my camera on. Let's see. Now, I added up videos. I added up thumbnail videos, and it took me over an hour because of my stupid tremors. She has made 30, where's the number? 35 videos about Dolly Vision. 35 people in the last 2 years. That's not counting all her other videos. Wow, Maria. Wow, 5 a.m. That's not counting all her other videos where she talks about him and he's just not mentioned in the thumbnail. All right? And that's not counting all the songs, the Suno songs about him. And that's not counting all the TikToks and AI videos. What, Maria? You have broken ribs? Did you fall downstairs or something? What in the hell? I've never had a broken rib, but I know that really hurts. What the what, Maria? You got spiked at the weekend and beat up? By who? I hope to God it wasn't, oh my God. Last time we talked, I was asking you when Charlene's surgery was for the cyst thing. Was it by those people, you know, that, I'm going to take a guess. I think it was young thugs that were involved. What? Cousin's son, it was him, Chris? Why? Why? Family? What in the heck? Oh my God, Maria. Freaking, you know, yeah, I was just going to say that. I hope you're pressing charges. What on earth could you even do that someone would want to even touch you, you know, in a physically harmful way at all? Was he high? Not that that's an excuse. Was he off his rocker? Was he doing, he didn't like what I was saying, so he spiked me. Oh my God. He put stuff in your drink, and then when you couldn't fight back, or I mean stick up for yourself, he beat you up? When you said spiked, yes, everything is remember where his girlfriend is already contact. Oh God, I almost feel sick. I feel physically sick reading this. Oh my God. Oh my God. He didn't RAPE you, did he? Did he take advantage of you in that way too? Do you even dare say on here? Oh my God, I feel sick. I've had drinks spiked, and I know how incredibly out of it you can feel. It happened at Downtown Johnny's here. But I was so out of it, somebody called the ambulance as my head was hitting the brick wall leaving the bar. What in the heck? I only know as Chris told me what he did. Well, wouldn't you, like, if he did do something like that to you, wouldn't you have some kind of... Oh my God, Martin. Oh, Maria, you're covered in bruises? When you said spiking, you know what I was thinking? Swatting. You know, like when people come to your house, more than one. Oh my God, Martin. Felt all mellow and fluffy. Some girl snogged me. I love the words you guys use in the UK. This is frickin' horrific. They have your underwear and everything. Oh my God. You poor thing. All the drinks to me and my maids. Oh my God, Maria. He gave me a Quidapine 100. It's a heavy sedative. It knocks you out cold. So he could beat you up? Has he always maybe kind of, oh my God, Maria. Does Rose know? Does Team Rose know? Because, you know, you and her are good friends and stuff. Or did this just happen and you haven't had a chance to tell her? She's been watching some of my lives lately now that her company's gone. That's what she told me in Messenger 2 days ago. So she'll see this. Oh my God, Maria. What the fuck? Charlene must be just sick. God. Okay, so you have broken ribs. It's probably hard to talk about. Oh my God. Did he break your nose or is your jaw okay? Charlene must be just furious, just sick. Don't let her take the law into her own hands and get herself put in jail or prison. I'm serious. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying she would, but you just never know, especially with teenagers. Oh my God. This is frickin'... It's only the face that's not been touched. What in the fucking hell? Oh, God. All right, I have to go pee like a racehorse. Don't type anything else right now until I get back. That lad has a lesson to learn, so I hope they make an example of him. Okay, don't type anything else. I don't want to miss it. Although I will be looking back at my lives. Be right back. Oh my God. Okay, let me close this. I'm down to 10% to show my things. Oh my God, let me turn this off. All right, I have got to go pee. Just a second. This is sick. Oh my God. This is fucking sick. Oh my God. What in the heck? You know, this is the thing. This is, as far as I go, remember I told you guys when I was coming back with a lady named Carla. We'll just say that. She used to live here. I had to get a restraining order against her and everything. Anyway, she got so wasted when we went out because she was doing shots. I was sipping on a little draft. She was doing damn shots, one after another. She did 4. She couldn't remember where she parked her car. The bloke jumping off the roof, that's Chris, my cousin's son. The guy jumping off the roof in your, that was TikTok, right? Is the one that beat you up? What? Oh, God. Anyway, she couldn't find her car. 2 guys we didn't even know gave us a ride. We had run out of money. We didn't have money for a cab. We couldn't walk home. I was feeling pretty buzzed. She was trashed, and she punched me in my nose, but she missed my nose and got me right above my nose, between my eyes. That's who did it? Fuck. And I screamed. It hurt like hell. That's it. Besides the domestic violence things that I've been through in my life, that I don't remember the pain because it was 45 years ago, you know, with my ex in Okinawa kicking the backs of my legs and getting welts and blah, blah, blah. Oh my God. Yeah, thank God she missed my nose. She was sitting right next to me in the back seat. Boom. Like I fucking couldn't, you know, we weren't even talking. We were just getting a ride home, and she did that to me. I didn't even call the police. I was clutching my nose. I got out of the car. I was crying. The driver and his friend couldn't believe she did that. They yelled at her. You know, and then I was back fisted in my mouth, and my tooth felt loose, and blood splashed on the dashboard, and I've already talked about that. And that was from my ex. And I won't say which one, so he can't get mad at me and say I'm talking about him. But it was my ex. So that was painful. I actually do remember that pain because, well, my son was 4 then, and it felt like my tooth was loose. And the reason I'm bringing these things up while you're probably in damn agony with your broken ribs, why do you say that? Why? No, I'm bringing it up because that's the most beat up I've been. The backs of my legs, that I've been punched in the ear twice, and it just rang and rang and rang. And that's it. I've never had a broken arm or a broken leg or broken ribs or a broken nose or a broken jaw. I can't imagine. This is, oh my God, you sent your bruises to me? You did, Martin? You got. Oh my God, you guys. This is freaking horrible. I only have a few more pages, and I'm going to talk fast and get this done. Oh my God. And I have 10% battery on my other iPad. I could plug it in right now, but I don't even want to talk about Sierra anymore. So let me. Okay, so it was 8 months ago that Dolly Vision and PJ were having issues with feeling like they were being stalked by Sierra. Okay, but because I blurted out my truth, she's like, well, how come they're not threatening the courts on you, and that's not fair? Well, first of all, I didn't send a picture of Dolly Vision's dick to PJ in email, and that's what Sierra did.
Drink out of this, right?
I did.
You drank out of this?
Yeah, I drank out of it because it's sitting right here and I haven't had hardly any. And then, the other thing she sent an email of was her results of her STD tests in email to PJ. Okay, and that's not counting 35 videos she's made of Dolly Vision, talking about their escapades, insulting him now and then, and throwing PJ under the bus constantly in these videos. Those are just the ones, like I said before, that the thumbnails literally, yeah, have Dolly Vision in them. 35. She also, and I think I took a picture of it, there's a thumbnail from 6 months ago. It says, Miss Ann, right? The lady that passed away from her cancer. You're wrong. I just have to rant or something. So she did an entire live about Miss Ann, roughly 2 months before she passed away from her cancer. Okay? That's just freaking wrong. I added up the videos she's done of me, Sierra, and in 4 months there's been at least 7 for sure with my name in the thumbnails, but I'm sure there's more than that where she's bad-mouthed me. Then she tries to turn around, Maria, and say in her live, oh, me and other people were just trying to support PCT and be her friend. Okay? No, that's not true. Okay? Dolly Vision did say, don't talk about it. And he said, if you tell anyone, you know, about this, or however he worded it in the motel, he literally said, the turtles will call you names. And he said it will be hard on you. He said that too. So when I was up on Queen Bee saying that, I was told not to talk about it. I was. Sierra mentions, oh, why, how come, you know, PCT didn't have the authorities threaten to be called on her? Like I said, I don't send weird things in emails. I don't even email people, and I haven't done umpteen lives on them. And I counted how many she did on PJ. 15. 15. It's not as many as Dolly Vision, but it's a lot. One thing after another. So, like I said, yeah, I live clear across the country, but I thought maybe, you know, I'd see him again someday, maybe in Vegas. Or I, could take another trip to Virginia someday. He wanted me to. I mean, let's not get it twisted. Sierra did a video trying to act like I'm the one that's hurting and freaking out. 1 month ago, she writes, "It still hurts." And I watched that video, and it was all about Dolly Vision. How he's just dismissed her, won't talk to her, basically said, nothing happened. I actually saw in one of the texts he sent her way back in Messenger, he called her crazy. So, this is why she's going on and on and on. She's very, very hurt. Still, 3 darn years later, but yet, because she slept with him an entire year ago in the summertime, knowing fully well he was very, very close with PJ, and she was living there, and all of that. A month ago, a measly month ago, she didn't want Team Rose and I to be friends. And I have proof of that. She has Rose on a thumbnail saying something like, "You've got to be. Team Rose is smarter than this." So she's been talking about Dolly Vision for 3 years, and I've brought him up now and then, and more now since I blurted stuff out this past winter, for 1.5 years. Who's obsessed? Who's making constant videos? Also, when I was up on his panel, I didn't have to pay to be a member. And you also don't have to pay if you're a mod. But for me, Jimmy was very nice to me. He didn't, even when I wasn't a mod and he took everybody's wrenches for a while, he didn't make me pay. And I sent $100 for the basket, for the lotions, soaps, candles, bath bomb thing, and a sugar whatever that thing is, sugar rub, or sugar scrub. And he literally was talking on his live for a good 10-15 minutes how he wanted to return it to me because he knew I don't really have the money. Oh my God, Martin. Busted noses. And so then Sierra, she brings you up and says Maria G said that too. Meaning Maria G told PJ that you gave me money. You paid for my hotel, right? But you have receipts that I paid you back. Oh, you told PJ back when you were friends or whatever that you gave me money to go down there. Or you weren't friends with her then, because you weren't friends with her when you were friends with me. But apparently on one of PJ's lives that Sierra plays in her past video when she has a couple ladies up on panel, she states that. Now this is the other thing. She makes a real big deal out of what PJ said on that live 3 years ago. I called PJ and I needed help. I had questions about the soap commercial. And she was nice. We talked 6 different times. She was nice. But I'm flat telling you, I did not know she was with Jimmy. I found out 2 months later, that she was. But that was just 2 months later, and he said it was on and off. So that's what I figured. Was it the right thing to stay involved? Probably not. But she wasn't being nice to me at all, and I didn't feel like caring about her feelings. I'm just being blunt. Yeah. Well, you told me PJ was, hi Lionel. You told me that, she was making you the like scapegoat and the go-between, not the scapegoat, the go-between. Remember? Wait, why isn't Tina writing me back? I'm letting her know I'm 10,000% with Dolly Vision. She cannot go to Summer's Memorial. No, she cannot go. She won't be welcome. Remember that? Yeah. So you were feeling used. And then she threatened you, and you were pretty close to her. She threatened you and said she accused you of not talking to me about it. Remember that? I'm busy listening in the bushes. Thank you, Lionel. She wanted me to tell you about Dolly and her, and I wouldn't. Wow. Okay, that I didn't know. But that big long messenger thing she sent me and I read it, she assumed I was going to respond back, and I didn't. Because she didn't want me to go to Summer's Memorial. And I had a plane ticket and everything. That's why it got switched to what was supposed to be the October, not fest, but the birthday bash he was going to have in October. And then that got canceled by her. I mean, it just did. She didn't want all these women meeting Jimmy, whatever. And then I couldn't get my money back. What, I'm going to throw $711 down the drain? I couldn't change it. Let's see, I changed the memorial, I changed the October. I couldn't change it a third time. Oh, no, wait, let me think. It was the second time. Let me see. It's going to go to the memorial. I changed it to October. And then that didn't work. And I was able to change it one more time. Yeah. I know. But, it's like, the other thing is that Sierra's coming across with these stalking vibes also is she put on her community post, an AI picture of her sitting in front of his hotel and blah, 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 and saying things like, if you know, you know. She didn't just put a picture and say, gee, what if I was here? She really pushed the narrative that she was there. And that's kind of stalkerish. And that was during the time he was in Vegas this last time, visiting his sister. But Sierra wanted PJ to think she was there. It's just crazy. That's crazy. Oh, okay. Well, and I can't talk too loud, like get ruckusy on here because my daughter is sleeping. But of course it's clear down the hall. I'm in the living room. So, or I wouldn't be on here. Okay, so yeah, I paid Destiny Rose back the 400 that she offered me. These people offered me. Maria G offered me to pay for my motel or hotel. And Destiny Rose, and she even offered me more money than 400 so I could go down there and meet him. But she's all buddies with PJ, right? And I paid both of them back. I've shown receipts in the past. They have receipts. I don't have to do it again. Then Sierra says, oh, I think maybe, or I think Jimmy must have been talking to her about YouTube and she just took it too far. She expected too much out of it. No, he never told me what to do on YouTube. He just simply said, you know, give it more time, Tina, in Messenger. But when it went through 3 different holidays, and at first he said after the holidays, I mean, I knew as long as I wasn't over there, it would be harder to get back, even in panel. And so, no. You know, good grief. Oh, when I was up on panel, Sierra showed this clip of me really quick in my Halloween outfit. Guess what darn day that was? Try Halloween. Well, guess what? I thought for sure other people would be in a costume because the day before Halloween, Dumplin was dressed up and Moose. And now I can't remember her first darn name. But her friend, her sidekick back then before they became enemies. The day before Halloween, because on Halloween, you know, they were going to be busy bringing their kids and everything. But I thought I surely won't be the only one on panel. And I was. You know? So that's not somebody, ooh, just trying to get Jimmy's attention. It's just stupid. Now also, she said that I was having temper tantrums when I didn't get the attention. No, Mel from the UK, who we've all heard about plenty, had all her little minions literally attacking me. I would put something as simple as a smiley face in chat, and I wouldn't even write on purpose, and I would get timed out. Now, timed out isn't a big deal, but when it's for like 24 hours, that kind of timeout, that's when I wanted to let Jimmy know. And when he looked into it, he was shocked. He really was. He was like, oh my gosh. PJ, when I went to Virginia, was not living with Jimmy then. So she can say, and these are just facts, that she was with him 24/7 all weekend. She was not. It's that simple. So people can't go around, call me delusional, call me, you know, different things. Okay, this was really weird. All right, you guys, this was weird. She pulls up the picture of me in the V-neck sweater where I spilled the beans about Dolly Vision. and says that I'm trying to look like I'm dressed in anime simply because my hair was a blue black color and the bob cut, had short bangs. Those are called micro bangs. They can be straight across or separated. Is it the most flattering cut on me? No. But nobody's trying to be Asian. She must have said the word Asian, you guys, 3 different times. And then she proceeded to say that I was an Asian Dora Explorer. You're an A1 bitch, Sierra. So immature. Your jokes are immature. My hair looks black in the light now. Even when I do lives, it looks black because I have just a lamp on. But guess what? It's completely espresso. Even the roots on top are a little lighter. It's like a medium brown with, I don't know. But then when I showed my, I guess it was the sunlight. I don't know. But if you watch my walking video to the store where I finally got sound, and I turn it, and I have my mask on, I'm outside walking to the store 2 days ago, it looks really red. But I'm telling you, when I look in the mirror in the house here, it's brown. It's just strange. So that was just weird. To me, that's weird. So yeah, she does the Suno song on me, and then she says, maybe she's just upset with me because I told her I would do a song for her. She did the Apologetic Tina, Paper Cut Tina, and I liked it, and I played it for a while. And then I thought, well, maybe I need an outro. And I mentioned it like months, no, not even months, a year later. And she said, yeah, maybe I can do that. Well, then we had our falling out, and she goes ahead and does a Suno song called Megan. And my name isn't even spelled right with an H, with a lady screaming the words. So she does that. And do I answer back, you guys? No. Did I even mention that I saw Megan's Shenanigans song that she did? No. That was like 3 weeks to a month ago. And then she has really trying to get my attention, so she does 2 more grok videos of me, making me look kind of old and on my bike and acting like I want to be part of her and PJ's friendship with Dolly Vision or something. Like, it's so /juvenile/bully. And did I respond, you guys? No. All I said 3 whole weeks later to almost a month was, it's not nice to make a mockery out of someone's possible wedding in the future, which would be Dolly Vision and PJ. And she didn't like it. It's not nice. Isn't a wedding supposed to be like a sacred, special thing? Not somebody that, you know, screwed her boyfriend a year ago for the 3rd time, planning and making jokes about it. And then she has to turn it into a TikTok video, of course. And then she says, if PCT does a live Everybody in the chat should give me $5. She said that. Go watch her live. Maybe she'll make a little money because I'm doing a damn live. And then this was revealing. That's the best word. She and I were really close and good friends for 2 years. 2 years. You know, because we had the Jimmy thing in common, and she was respectful to me, and I was respectful to her, and you know, we had the turtles in common and moderators in common, and we're both a little out there now and then and that kind of thing. But she literally said, you know, she was all ready to say, I don't really think PCT was ever my friend. And instead, she stops and she goes, you know, maybe I was the one that was faking it. Yeah, maybe I was the one faking being PCT's friend. That was quite revealing because she's been pushing the narrative now since the end of March that I was never close, that I never cared about her life or her son's life or anything that goes on with her. And that's such bullshit. Yeah, no. Well, I saw the way she dragged PJ on a daily, habitual basis, and I knew if I even stopped being her friend and explained, she'd do it to me. So I tried to be the adult, and I did. I just got quiet on Messenger. But then I didn't want her to feel funny about that, so I did a live, and I fibbed a little bit, and I said, well, I wasn't fibbing. I said, I'm not feeling like it's that much fun anymore to be on Messenger. I'm just not going to go to Messenger anymore. You know, so. And that was in regards to her, mainly. But that didn't work either. She had to have some kind of closure. Then she gets more intense when she's done showing my video. Don't trust PCT. In real life, she'll snitch on your ass. When she's the one that has creators from all the channels out there, true crime and otherwise, giving her the tea so she can snitch on them. Okay? If that isn't a flippin' hypocrite, I don't know what one is. And then she says, PCT shouldn't have any friends on YouTube. Not one friend. She said that. This is why I took notes. For one, I have short-term memory loss. Long-term is fantastic. Short-term is really bad. Like, I had an incident at the store 2 days ago. It was such a bad incident as far as short-term memory loss. I'm not even going to share it. I'm not going to share it. Thank you, Maria. Oh, this whole thing with Peggy. She's like, why is PCT talking about Jimmy's heart attack? Isn't that old news? Blah, blah, blah. Why is she explaining details? If she bothered to listen to my whole damn live, which she never does anymore, she doesn't have the time, I guess, but she has time to take naps, watch soap operas, eat snacks, okay? It's because Peggy said, and it was her, because when she gave me that super chat, did you hear this, Maria G? I'm going to flat say it. I haven't said it yet on this one, because it'll sound like I'm just being boastful. I'm just going to say it. She gave me a $500 super chat. My mouth dropped. I kept saying, wow, oh my God, what? And then, who was it? Somebody said, ADHD said, are you sure that's the real Peggy? And then she typed, she said, I heard that you went to the food bank. I hadn't gone in 20 years. And I don't have a car to just pile stuff into. You know, I had bags tied on my handlebars and stuff. I mean, I guess she felt bad. She wanted to help me out. Couldn't frickin' believe it. Because of her, I made my threshold. I was up to $98 with ad revenue. Because I don't have any members. I don't care. I'll just say it. I said it the other night on my live. I did. AK-47 bought me a whole bunch of memberships when I first started. I'm on my 5th month now. And Turtle Talk, a very sweet lady, bought me 20 memberships. Yeah. Well, it's interesting too because Peggy was saying, I don't know if it was on Lionel's or somewhere. I think it was Lionel's. Although, does she even go to Lionel's? She went somewhere and she said, I don't know why, but PCT blocked me. And I read that. I wasn't in chat. I couldn't type back, nothing like that. I read it and I was like, okay, one of my mods blocked Peggy. So I went into my thing and I unblocked her. And I unblocked her like, I don't know. I would dare say about 4 months ago. So when she hopped in not only to say hello and then gave me that super chat, I was in utter shock. And did I burst out bawling? No. Because now that my mom's passed and my sister, and I know I can live through it, and I don't have to drink, and I don't need a vice, I don't need a joint, I don't need anything but my sanity. Which when I, drink too much beers or want to go out or whatever, I don't have my sanity. And I think if people get too stoned and don't know what the hell they're saying, Sierra, online, they're insane. Okay, I think marijuana is a good medicinal thing. Do I think it should be legalized everywhere in the damn world? No, because then children get easy access to it. And I learned in Alcoholics Anonymous, and for people that don't know me, I've been totally sober since 2011. I'll have 15 years in September. I should do a live. Yeah, and someday I might need some weed. I might. If I'm in pain or something, or, and Team Rose likes hers, and I guess she buys this real good natural stuff. But when it comes to a point like Sierra, where she literally says, I'm getting angry, I'm trying to find my last little roach, and this kind of talk, and it's on our lives, then you have a problem. I quit smoking that stuff when I had a really bad experience. I think it was laced in the 80s when I was 24. And I didn't even really like it back then. So, yeah. Let's see, what else? So I also thought it was kind of strange when she was watching my live. She was like, oh, let's see if she twerks. She's putting on music. I put a song on so that the chat wouldn't be too bored when I went to say goodnight to my daughter. Okay? This is how obsessed she is with if I dance or not. It's just oofta. So Sierra, do you think you can stop saying my name? Probably not. And then, you guys, she says, oh, I can put the link in if PCT's listening and wants to come up. And then right after that, she goes, she's blocked. She's blocked from here. She's blocked in Messenger, and I'm never going to unblock her. I'm just going to ignore her. I don't care what she says. Well, obviously you do. When I said you were mocking a possible wedding in the future of Dolly Vision and PJ, yeah, obviously you did not ignore it. Good grief. So yeah, Buddy East Coast. I'm not saying he wants me over there, but somebody typed and then they let me know on Messenger. You should go over to Buddy East Coast. I guess he doesn't like Dolly Vision. Did I go? No. And then Sierra ends her live because there's words bird brain bitch in it by some, I'm just going to say it, some thug singer. And she's singing and yelling it, bird brain bitch, and getting all into it, calling me names and acting like she does. But yet she says she just ignores my channel, which is a bunch of bullshit. And maybe she won't do a live, and maybe she won't address this. But I feel better sticking up for myself again. And well, I probably shouldn't call him a thug. It's just the words, right? I don't give a fuck. It's that one, right? So it's her way of saying, I don't give a fuck. But yet she had to play back umpteen different lives. Ones that PJ even came up on the past. It's so ridiculous. All right. Now for proof, because this has 10%, which is long enough to show these pictures. How she wants to say I should be on OnlyFans, and she's mentioned Pornhub in one of her lives. Okay. Well, here we go. It's going to glitch and it's going to get staticky as soon as I turn the camera on, but I have to show you all these different thumbnails of hers on her channel, on her video. There she is in all her glory with her bare breast, and I think it's a turtle tattoo on it. And I thought it was real, but now I'm thinking that that's probably AI and not even her a real tattoo. I don't know. And that was from a year ago. It says 1 year ago. Now we got these. I'm back after my first experience with Dolly Vision. And there she is by him, right? And then smoking her doobies or whatever over here. And then she calls things story time, and she keeps talking about Dolly Vision. And then here's another one. What's good, YouTube? Hashtag Dolly Vision Turtle Gang, right? And then This was a thumbnail, black and white. Maybe it's real. Maybe she has a turtle on her tit. I don't know. Then we've got one. Oh, we're going to talk about it. At It's a Mood. That's on the other side, on the bottom. It's a Mood was Mrs. Channel, right? Who dated Dolly Vision for 2 years. And then we got the name of this one, Pay Me to Go Away. And she's got her money sign, Sierra Queen Pen Clark, up there. And look at that, 107 views. Guess how many years ago? 3. See it? Do you even see the 3? I'm going to put my finger under the 3. Right there. 3Y ago. That's a 3. So who's obsessed? Okay, then we've got Damn Shame. I gotta do your job, PJ. And she's in a wedding dress. Look at that. Top one says, Damn shame, I gotta do your job, PJ. And she's referring to having sex with Dolly Vision. Okay, this is the nice person that she thinks she is. Streamed 2 years ago. See the little 2? What, 513 views? Wait, let's see. No, 213 views, streamed 5 years ago. There's the 5, or no, 3 years ago. What am I saying? That's a 3. All right, my finger's kind of in the way. Here's another one. It's a thumbnail. I'll show it really quick. She's pointing a you-know-what. You won't get monetized if you keep that up. And it's called, I'ma Make Myself Clear. Okay? And I don't care if this brings her subs or views or whatever, you guys. I don't care. And I don't care that I don't have makeup on. I don't have any lipstick on. It's late and I'm going to go to bed when I'm done with this. Here's another one. This is when her issue with Dolly Vision really started 2 years ago. Really bad. Dolly Vision harem meeting. Dolly Vision harem meeting. Streamed. That's a 2 years ago, right here. Turn it right above my finger. And up above, yeah, just morning motivation check-in. Here we go. Now she's starting to pick on PJ. See? Makes PJ all big with her coffee. Right there. Time for Krama class, it's called. Can you guys see these? Let me know if you can see them. I can see them. Now I know where she got the spaghetti idea, when she did the TikTok of her and me in the ring, and she takes a pot of spaghetti and puts it over my head. Oh, she's got spaghetti there. Yeah. Can you see these pictures? You can, right, Maria? I believe that is supposed to be PJ. Streamed 1 year ago. And we got more. Fuck you mean? Shut up for what though? Emotional damage. Wait, am I the villain? That's the other one. Sierra Queenpin Clark is live with the Karma tea. People will forget. Karma will not. Yeah. Don't forget. Don't forget, Sierra. And then she's got a slightly unflattering picture of PJ on top. Okay? And these are all from 1 year ago. This says 2 years of keeping up appearances. See? Hashtag review, hashtag Krama, hashtag happy anniversary. That's what that says below that picture. That's her thumbnail for one of her lives. PJ's in the middle of talking, doing one of her lives, right? In the morning. Now we got putting a bug in your ear, putting a bug in your ear. Who do you think that is? Dolly Vision and PJ, of course. Okay? And she wonders why they don't think she's a stalker and a harasser. All right, we've got Jimmy, wake up and shovel some snow. I guess that was when he was too tired or was sleeping and PJ was maybe getting stuck in the snow before work. She had to make a big deal out of that. Right next to it, oh, poor at the real Dolly Vision. Dolly Vision got blocked from at the something. Like she just doesn't care. Take it how it resonates. Back on my bullshit. Look at all this. One after another. Starting 3 years ago. None of these thumbnails look like her. What's good from a year ago? Thumbnail again of her half bare breast. Well, time to do PJ's job again. And then right to the right, a picture, an AI of supposedly her and Dolly Vision. Yeah. See? Who's the one that has fucking issues? Well, let's tell the naked truth. That was her other one. Now look at this. Let's give them something to talk about, part 2, and let's give them something to talk about, part 1. And up on the top, the afterglow. The afterglow right there with the witch hat. She probably just got done sleeping with PJ's boyfriend or something like that. Part 1, part 2. She loves to do part 1s and part 2s. This was her thumbnail. I can't do nothing. Blocked again. Emotional. I wonder why, Sierra. Right there. I know you're looking at it backwards, but that's her thumbnail, where it literally says, Jimmy, I'm proud of my booby pictures. Thank you very much. LOL. Oh, here we go. This is where the fun starts for PJ and Dolly Vision being stalked. That says 1 year ago, streaming 1 year ago. And that's supposed to be her and Dolly Vision. Quick update, it says. And then we have another Dolly Vision. Am I psychic or did a Turtle King whisper in my ear? All right. Right there, another Dolly Vision. And supposedly her, when all he did was slip and say the word Sierra when he was in Arizona. And that just tickled her fancy, I guess. Here's another Dolly Vision. Look at this. With her eyes like that. Dolly, Dolly Vision. And then we've got somebody about to lose their job, where she's putting makeup on. Somebody about to lose their job. You know who she's talking about? PJ.
Can I have one of my beef top ramen things?
No, I'm busy right now.
Okay.
Kiss my black ass. Subscribers, give me the tea. Check in. Proof. Okay, this is a video of proof of her thinking and what she does and what her channel's about. Never underestimate the power of the pussy. And she has a black cat in front of a U. Observations above that. The truth will never die. And it shows PJ mad sitting on a turtle. Dolly Vision holding bags of money. To the left is I don't want to do this but. And that's supposed to be PJ with bags of money in her car. Underneath, I'm not your fetish. And then, of course, Dolly Vision on a child's t-shirt. Who's obsessed? Who the hell's obsessed? Look at this. This is 10 months ago. Oh, gee, what a surprise. Another Dolly Vision. Dolly Vision. And she has a blonde wig on. Or some girl does. It's not her. I'm going to do what I want to do. 2 hours long talking about Dolly Vision. Whole bunch more. Okay, we got the Turtle King up there and a couple other people, and over here, Sierra Versus. Okay, I don't know. Is that supposed to be PJ? I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. Tale of Two Dollies. Gee, what a surprise. And then we've got Physicians to Women test results. See? It's not bad enough that she didn't send her STD lab results literally in an email to PJ. She makes a thumbnail and a fucking video 2 hours long. And then look at this. Let me make myself legally clear. This is 8 months ago. Okay? 8 months ago. Look at it. She's smiling, but it's about stalking. Stalking laws. Laws. Who can be charged? Any person except law enforcement or registered private investigators. What behavior counts? Conduct in person or their means directed at another person. Conduct places target in reasonable fear of death or criminal sexual assault. So no, insulting, dragging, making jokes. No, that's not a bad thing, is it? But she's interested, isn't she? Look at that. Am I a stalker? But she's wondering if she's a stalker. Her thumbnail, you guys, and this was 8 months ago. Am I a stalker? Persistent, including unwanted contact. Okay, yeah. Sending weird things in emails. That's kind of stalkerish. Obsessed with the victim. Well, I'm giving you proof right here, aren't I? And hides behind anonymity. Frankly, We all know it's her, but she thinks it's okay. When I read that, she thinks it's okay just because it's like online and she's not physically there. But actually, she's been in the house and she actually has taken pictures in the house. She's taken pictures of Jimmy's bathroom. Um, she just the other night on this, not past live, but the one before, talked about the layout inside the house. That's how much she wants PJ to know where a bedroom is and where, you know what I mean, where the kitchen is and where everything is. And she was obsessed with this guy, Matthew Silly AF, but they're not friends anymore, and she admits it. This is the one. I'm sorry, Miss Anne, but I gotta say something. Look at that. Streamed 6 months ago. Didn't she die roughly 6 months ago? All right. There is no way she would title it that if she was already passed away. This is someone that just doesn't give a damn. Here's some more. Gee, who's that talking in the mic? Really, Dolly? There's Dolly Vision. Yep. Look at PJ over here. Look at this thumbnail. Look at that. Look at that. That's supposed to be PJ. And it says anxiety, regret, anxiety again, and denial on boxes of soap. Oh, gee, who's all that? That's supposed to be PJ raising her hand, Sierra sitting in bed next to me, next to Dolly, next to a blonde. All right? And because she told me, I know who that blonde is supposed to be. And I'm not even going to say it on here. Look at that. There's another Dolly Vision one. Oh, and what about this one where she's holding money? I am not the 1, 2, or the number 3. Right there. Okay? This is how obsessed she is. Here's a close-up. My turn. See the name of it? My turn. This tea is licking good. Look at that. I mean, look at that. I'm glad I'm showing this. People should take screenshots of this shit. Take screenshots, PJ. Really. Get her ass off your ass once and for all. And that was 6 months ago. There's more. So I did a thing. White boy radio, all smiling. So I did a thing. All right. Make up your mind. And then she's got, oh, look at this. When PJ is sleeping, question emoji. Look at this. When PJ is sleeping, that's about Dolly Vision, you guys. I have some questions. You know what? When PJ's sleeping, he does lives and he talks to lots of people, including women, on his panel. That's what she's referring to. Here we go again. I got balls. Do you? Another white boy radio. Right there. Thumbnail. This was hard to watch. PJ Vision in the Turtle Island situation again. Oh, this is nice. This is where I start in. There's a lovely picture of her. That's the real her. That's me, right? pulled up. And what does it say? First of all, that's 4 months ago. Gee, that's not very long ago. Not on my bingo card. Ooh, me too. I want to be cool. Just like a fucking middle schooler. Look at that. This is 4 months ago. See the 4? Streaming 4 months ago. Oh, she got 1,200 views because she's blabbing about me. Here's a close-up. Nice. Okay. That snake AI that Maria G made me, and wasn't even my idea, was way later on. These are the kinds of thumbnails she put out there. She talked about me on the Bite Me one right there. Below that it says, this is a case the visions won't cover. See, obsessed about Dolly Vision again. Obsessed about him here, talking about the suds on his car. This isn't counting all the TikToks she's made and shorts. Okay, it says suspicious soap empire. I'm going to be vague. Description, exclaimer. Oh, and she's very emotional down here. Look. Sierra Queenpin Clark is yuck, emotional. So she can't just say it's like some cold. Gee, another Dolly Vision. What a surprise. His greatest hits. And there's a close-up because he's detailing cars now, right? The legacy of Dolly Vision, episode 1, with many more to come. Here we go. That's me. Part 2. And down here, that's me. It says, told you so. A hit dog will holla every time. One-sided manufactured drama. It says perpetual victim on my t-shirt. Okay? This is it up close. Look at that. And that really is me crying on one of my videos that she took a screenshot of or whatever. Here we go. This is her, supposedly in Vegas. Hi, Wanda. Look at that. See? The D Hotel or whatever. She's literally making it look like she's there. Sierra Queenpin Clark is not in YouTube jail or any other kind of jail, right? Making it look like she's there the last time he was there. That's 2 months ago. More insulting stuff. There's PJ with her crown. There's one about PJ with her coffee. Gee, there's one with Dolly Vision. And some black guy, I don't know. This is 2 months ago. Deep thoughts. There's Team Rose. What does that say? Team Rose is smarter than you think. More than likely, that's the one where she says, step away from being Megan's friend or Tina's friend. Yeah. Oh my gosh, who could that be? Singing in the microphone. Gee, it's Dolly Vision. Sierra Queenpin Clark is nostalgic over Jimmy Jams. Oh, and who's this she's insulting? Me. Papercut Tina's greatest hits. She puts me in a frumpy old dress and whatnot, right? Since You Took the Bait, is the name of that one. These are recent. This one says, is a copy of my thumbnail, or no, a comment that I made over on MK. She used for a thumbnail. Okay. And then we got, I think the last page. Gee, there you go. There's me. All the wrinkles on my neck, the way I don't wear makeup with this, not a stupid, but with a tiara on. Look at that. And the name of that is Let's Address This Groupie Barfly Bish. Oh my God. Dolly Vision. She did just the day before, or 2 days before that, didn't she? Dolly Vision. She's all excited just because he had a flying whatever thing in his thumbnail and she has a flying man in hers. And then she's talking about PJ, I believe it's PJ, in the burn book thing, trying to give advice to PJ or something. And I think that's where she makes a mockery out of the wedding thing. Streamed 13 days ago. All right? And that's it. So, good, I'm still live. Okay, so I'm going to go to bed. This won't stop until she stops because I will continue sticking up for myself. But maybe this is really it for me. So thanks for being here. I'm probably going to bawl my eyes out when I see your bruises, Maria G. But I'm glad that you're so open with me. And please, let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Thank you, Martin, and everybody for being here. Thank you for my super chats to, was it Layla? Layla. I think her name was Layla. And please subscribe to me if you're willing to, and hit the like. Yeah, well, Maria G, broken ribs. God, my mom, that happened to her when she tripped over the mower in the barn. It hurts like hell, supposedly. Oh my God. All right, well, I'll be telling Rose, but we don't talk that much in Messenger lately because she can't really get to it. So I've been commenting a lot after her lives. Thank you to all the 30-some people or whatever in the bushes. And yeah, I have a Cash App and a PayPal on my page. And I've only been monetized a few months. But everything helps. And I just, I needed to say my truth. That's all there is to it. And yeah, my son's turning all the lights on because at like 2 a.m, he wants a top ramen. And I look like heck. But it's okay. Can you turn them off, please? I grew my bangs out. They're not micro, right? Up to here anymore. And I'll probably never cut them like that because I'll be called an Asian Dora Explorer. All right. So good to see all of you. And really good to talk with you, Maria. It's been a couple of weeks. And I was just thinking about you the other day. I was like, I need to see how she's doing, but I hadn't seen any TikToks or anything over on your fringe bangs. Yeah. I like the shorter here and the longer there. That's what I was trying to do, the butterfly bangs, but apparently it looks Asian. She'll probably do a live saying I'm all butt hurt. No, I'm not. I don't care what I look like. I even show myself a little bit without makeup now. But I am who I am, and I will always stick up for myself. Because honestly, I'm gonna end with this. All my marriages and everything, I've always been blamed for everything, and I'm still being blamed for shit on the internet. But I don't care. I really don't care.
Okay.
And she'll continue to make AIs and Groks. And Maria G, feel free to make whatever you want to. All right. Peace. I love you guys. This is Megan's Shenanigans. See you hopefully tomorrow. Bye for now. Gee, Sierra, maybe you'll make a little money from your chat. Remember, I did a live tonight.